For those who don't know, Brookhaven updated and released a lot of new stuff. And today, I want to check with you everything that was released in this update. So for that, I called a friend who's going to help me do this. He said, let's go. A lot of new stuff was released. And that's true. A lot of new stuff was released. And I want to see everything that came out and even secrets from the update. So here on the right, I'm going to grab a random car. Perfect. I grabbed this car. And now my friend just arrived here. So I'm going to set the maximum speed because a lot of new stuff was released and even a mansion was released. And I'm coming here to get the new house that was released, which is exactly here. And here on the right, you can see that this new house was released. And this house seems to be one of the best houses ever because it's huge. And you can see that this house is very big. I've never seen anything like this before. And guys, I'm coming inside and it looks like it's a house where you can dress up and also rate players' avatars. And that's really interesting. So I just arrived here and I'll be able to make several different avatars so that people can say if it looks good or not. But my friend is arriving here. He said, this reminds me of another Roblox game, but I forgot the name. And guys, comment down below what game this house reminds you of. I'm going to turn my avatar back to normal. Actually, I'm like this to match the house, which is very beautiful, but this house is gigantic. Apparently, there are new cameras that were released, and there's a lot of new stuff that came out, and I don't know why, but there's a car back here. And first, I want to see what this house does, and then I'm going to check the secrets of the house, and also the new stuff that was released. But my friend grabbed this thing, which is to give a score to the players, so much that he wrote there the number 6, and then he wrote the number 100. And this is very interesting. He'll be able to stay here writing whatever score he wants. And this is the best update of all. Now I'm going to grab this item too, because I want to see what it does. And I can write whatever I want up here. And I tried to write a word, but unfortunately it didn't work. And apparently you can put numbers here, and there's even a camera here. But now, I'm going back here because I want to see what's here. So I'm arriving at this location, and here it's like a room where you can modify your avatar. And this is very interesting, but there are some really weird things here, and a modified menu where I can put several themes here in the house. And there are a lot of themes I can put. This first theme makes the studio look like this, and it looks very nice. And we have the second theme, which makes the studio look like this, and it's perfect. And we also have the third theme, where everything looks like this. But for sure the last theme must be the best of all, because it's winter. My friend said, the first one is the best of all, but this is the theme, and it's really interesting. But I'm going to put the first one, and I'm also going to activate these effects here. And actually, I'm going to let my friend activate it. He's going to have to press the buttons, and meanwhile, I'm coming here to see everything that's going to be changed. So this really interesting fire appeared, and the room looks really cool. Now he removed the fire and placed the particles, and apparently he removed the particles and placed hearts. And you can see that hearts start coming out from here, and these hearts are very beautiful. But now, I want him to put the next one, and you can see that he placed these really interesting bubbles. And now he placed several different particles. And lastly, he placed this music. And guys, this is really cool. But apparently, he managed to activate these lights, especially because he's pressing these buttons. And there are several buttons he can press. So he pressed all of them, and you can see he's pressing a lot. And now there's a lot of light coming out of here, and there's so much light that I'm even glowing. And this is very weird. He needs to leave only one light activated, but he can also turn off the light, and he can also change everything. And this is very interesting, because you can make presentations this way. And he can leave everything dark, and as soon as people appear here, he can turn on the lights so everyone can see your avatar. And this is really interesting. But now I want to see the things that were released. So he's coming back here, because we have a car here, but he's trying to drive it, but he can't, because it's impossible. And I don't know why there's a car out here, because for those who don't know, the car they grabbed is exactly this van on the right. And they grabbed this van and pressed this button several times until it looked like this. But I don't know why they placed a car here. He said, there are new cameras. So I'm looking at the cameras, and there are several interesting cameras here. We have this one, which works very well, and I can even record this. And this camera is perfect. And this really is the best update of all. So much that I'm recording my friend, and he gave it a score of 100. But the best part is that with this camera, I can even zoom in, and I can see what's happening back there, and the camera can also come back closer. And now you can see that my vision is very weird. And for sure it will be possible to make horror movies like this with this new camera that was released. But my friend is looking here, and he said, wait, use the camera and then delete it. Maybe a bug will happen. So I'm going to try to do that. Now I'm going to use the camera like this, and I'm going to zoom in, and now I'm going to delete the camera. But nothing much happened, and it's almost impossible to make a bug happen. But he's going back there, and while he's going inside, I want to see why this car is here, because it doesn't make any sense. But I'm going back up here because I want to see what's in this part. And guys, there's just a lot of stuff, and he's even in this other room. And later I'll go to the other room to see what's there. But now, I can grab several cameras and take a picture of what's happening, so much that my friend just arrived there. But unfortunately, he can't do poses to make the picture interesting, because when I go to take a picture of him, unfortunately, there's nothing he can do. But actually, he is doing a pose. And I said, how did you do that? And I want to know. He said, there are new animations that were released. If that's really true, that's going to be very good. So here on the right, I'm looking at the animations, and there really are new animations. and apparently the animations were redone and are totally different, but some animations are the same. And now, if I scroll down a little more, you can see there are animations that are completely new, like this one. And we also have this other animation where I'm thinking about something. And we also have this other animation where I look like this and walk in a very weird way. And there's also this other very interesting animation. But my friend is recording all of this. And now I'm using this other animation, and this is really cool because it looks like I can walk like this. And it's like an animation made for you to walk. And now I'm going to use this other animation where I walk this way. And this update is really good. He said this is the best update of all. And that's true. So I'm going to use other animations on the right. And there are many that were released. We have this animation and also this other one, which are for photos. And there are a lot of animations. And I'm going to test all of them. So here on the right, we have this other animation and this one where I'm sitting. There's also this one and exactly this other animation that looks like anime. And we have this other one too. But now I'm getting closer to the animations that are paid here on the right. We also have this animation, but pose number 28 has a kind of weird symbol. So I'm going to click on this animation to see what happens. Perfect. I clicked and I'm simply like this. And this animation is basically VIP. And this other animation is also VIP where I walk this way. And this other animation is also paid. And these were all the animations that were released. He said there are more than 20, right? And that's exactly it. But guys, I'm also recording my friend because I'm recording him and he's recording me. But now I'm coming up here to the front to see what else was released. And we have this really interesting computer, but it works in a very different way because this computer has a weird screen and the previous computer screens were completely different. So much that my friend just grabbed the same computer and you can see that the screen looks like this while the screen of this computer looks like that. And that's very different. But now I'm arriving here because I want to see how this camera works. And here we have all the lights that I can activate. And I can turn off all the lights and activate only this button where the player's presentation will look really cool. So much that my friend went down there to test it and he's going to create a different avatar. So I'm letting him show up here as if it were a real presentation. So now I activated the light and he's going to appear here at any moment. And he just appeared here and is using the animations. And he's really using all the animations like a real presentation. But I don't know why he made that character. But now I'm going back to normal. Perfect. Everything went back to normal because I want to see the other things that were released. And we have this giant room which has a lot of clothes that you can grab. And this is perfect. But I'm following my friend because I want to see what's down here. But actually he's driving my car and he's coming back here to see what's here. But this is kind of weird. I don't know why he came here like this. And underneath the house, apparently there's nothing. But here we have this safari. And now I'm arriving here to see all the hidden rooms. And we have the model of the year. So I put my picture here. And now I'm arriving back here because apparently we have a gym. And this is very interesting. The curtains here are closed. And I'm trying to open them, but it doesn't work. And I can work out in many different ways. And we also have televisions, and this is really cool. And it looks like my friend is here, and I don't know how, but he knows I'm here, and for some reason he knows. But I'm arriving here to see everything I can do in this house. And here we have another television, and this is really impressive. And suddenly he showed up here with this camera and is watching what's happening. So I'm going to show up here just to stare him. So much that he left, and he didn't know I was here. And now he's coming here, and he just arrived here. And there are several animations that he can do, but all these animations have already been in Brookhaven for a long time, exactly at the mall. And now I'm leaving here because I want to see what else was released. And apparently he's coming too. So I'm arriving back here and we have this secret room, which is a really weird room. And I'm coming to see what this does. And apparently we have a button, so I'm going to press it. And now I'm simply moving the character and I can enter here. But unfortunately, I can't close the curtain. And it looks like my friend is lost. But suddenly he found a secret door and these are the bathrooms. And I didn't know about this place. So I'm going there to see what's there. But to get to this place, I have to go into the gym and now get inside here. And it's a really weird bathroom because there's no privacy and there's no way to close the curtains. But there's a lot of cool stuff you can do here. And we have this room and it looks like it's a sauna. I can basically sit here and this is very interesting. But now I'm leaving here and it looks like my friend is taking a bath and suddenly he's looking back here and grabbed this camera. He said, let's record a video. Okay, so let's do it. And he's going to have to follow me here. But he already entered the wrong room and he's not very good at this. But suddenly he's stuck here and I'm coming up to the front, especially because I have to see everything that was released in the update. And apparently he's recording. But now I'm arriving back here and we have this giant room and it's a really interesting room which I have actually seen before and I can get here and do makeups. And you can see that this is the new item that was released. And there are several different animations I can do. Really cool. But my friend grabbed this item and they have the same animation. It's very similar. And actually everything here is the same. They just reused this animation. And we have this item that was released and also this new item. And literally this is new and it's very different. But I'm arriving back here and we have this other room to modify the avatar. And if I get to this room, we have a place here that I've never seen before. And it's a very beautiful place where my friend can watch television. And I can grab a lot of food. And this room is very cool. But now, I'm arriving here, and we have a bedroom with a ladder that takes you up here. But I'm looking back here, and we have a bathroom. And in this bathroom, I can take a bath. And it's a giant bathroom. But unfortunately, it's not possible to open the curtains. And I don't know why that happens. Now my friend just arrived here, and he's taking care of his hair. But there's a problem. He simply doesn't have hair. He said, yes, I do. But actually, you don't have hair. But he removed his hat, and he really doesn't have hair. And now he used this hair, and suddenly he has hair. He said, wait, they changed the avatar menu. And I don't know if that's true, but I'm going to click this button, and you can see that we have the avatars. But I'm going to type a random word, and something's really changed. We have this word that says, wait, but there are no new items that were released. And it really was a very small change. And it's such a small change that I wouldn't even have noticed that it was released. I only noticed it because my friend warned me. But now, I'm arriving back here to see the other rooms that were released. And I also want to see what's up here. And apparently there are no new rooms, and this is everything that was released. And now it looks like my friend came back here. But up here, I'm going to disable the curtains, and that really works. But it doesn't work in all rooms. And actually, it works in some rooms, and the curtains disappear, but some curtains still remain. But up here, I'm going to change the color of the house, and it works perfectly. But that's not all that was released in the update. There's more that I want to see now. So here on the right, apparently there are new items, and I'm going to look at all the items to see if something new was released. And we have this Easter item, which is the rarest item of all. Because for those who don't know, the Easter event was completely removed. In other words, it's no longer possible to do the Easter event. But this item on the right is still here, and there's a big chance it will never be removed, which is very interesting, because this item literally throws eggs. And I'm throwing eggs here, and maybe it would be cool to use this item if someone makes a bad presentation and creates a very ugly avatar here in front, and everyone would throw eggs. But I'm looking on the right, and apparently we have several items, but I've seen all of them before. And we have these two items that were released, which are this light for people to record videos. So my friend arrived here in the front, and he's recording me, but I'm also going to record him, so I'm recording him while he's also recording me. And we have this other item that was released, which is a studio light, and only people who work for the movies use these different lights, he said, or someone who records videos. And that's true. Besides people who work for the movies, people who record videos also use this. But I'm looking here on the right to see if new items were released, and these items were already in the game, and they came from the last update. And I just checked all the items on the right, and nothing else was released, and there are no new items. But I want to see here if the mall is updated, because there's a big chance that something there changed. So I'm going back here to get the car that my friend left here. And my car is right here. And I don't know why he did that. But now, I'm going to get my car. And I'm finally going to see what else was released in the update. So I'm arriving here to pick up my friend. And I also want to see if this has a gate. And I'm pressing the button to close the gate. But it doesn't have a gate. And actually, the entrance is very dangerous. Because if I grab any other house on the right, it's literally more protected. And we have these barriers that prevent the person from falling. And now, if I grab this new house on the right, it doesn't have that. And that's very dangerous. But my friend is arriving here, and I don't know why he's holding this camera. But now he discovered a new function, and you can simply take pictures. And that's really cool. I didn't know you could do that. But if I grab this camera, I can simply take pictures. And this only works when I'm holding the camera. And if I basically drop the camera and try to do that, I can't do it. And now I'm taking several pictures, and this is really very different. And I'm pressing the button several times, and it has a very different animation. But unfortunately, the pictures don't get saved. Now my friend is checking his phone, but I'm sure the pictures don't save on the phone because it doesn't make sense. He said, really nothing changed on the phone. And I already knew that because it's been a long time since they changed the phones. But now, I'm arriving at the mall to see if anything changed. Because at the mall, for those who don't know, we have this yoga room, which didn't change at all. And we also have the gym, which unfortunately also didn't change. And we also have this room that can be modified. So I'm going to press that button to see if anything changed. Perfect! I pressed that button, and now we have this room, which looks a lot like my house. But nothing changed. So now, I'm going back here. And actually, it's really weird that my friend is without his hat, because his hair is really ugly. Now he left here and came back to normal. And now it's better because his hair is the ugliest hair of all. He said, did you notice that the animations are only for VIP? Yes, I noticed that. And there were a lot of animations that were released, but many of these animations are only for VIP. As you can see on the right, we have 3 animations for VIP and 4 more up here. Literally almost everything is for VIP. There are exactly 8 animations for VIP. He said, actually 7. Look, there really are 7 animations for VIP and 16 normal animations. But now I want to see all the secrets that were released in the update. For those who don't know, Brookhaven updated and released this house on the right, which is a perfect house. And they simply released a fashion update where I have to make the best avatar of all to beat the other players. But today, I want to see the secrets of the update and also where the safe of this house is. So for that, I called my friend who is taking pictures up there. And you can see that he is simply taking pictures. And this update is perfect. So much that I arrived here. And he said, let's eat everything. But first we have a competition. And guys, I think I know what he is talking about. Inside here you can notice that there are several players. And my enemy is here. And this player always fights with me. And today, I will have to compete against him to make the best avatar of all and beat the players. And actually, there is only one player that I will have to beat, which is him. But my friend arrived right here and said, I am going too. And apparently 3 people are going to compete, and it is us 3. And everyone is arriving right here. So I am simply going to use a new animation that was released on the right, like this one. And my friend arrived there, and the 3 of us are going to compete. He said, the games are starting. And now the games are going to start. So my friend went back here. And guys, here we have the room to change our avatar. And this is the room where I changed my avatar. And my friend appeared right here, and he is taking pictures. But the other player appeared here and said, I am going to beat all of you. And this is bad because he really wants to beat us. And my friend is taking pictures of him, and I don't know why my friend is doing that since he is our enemy. But now he is going there to make his avatar. So I am coming here to make an avatar, which is going to be the first avatar of the competition. So I am going to press this button, and now I am modifying my avatar. But I can't really see what is happening. Perfect! Now I can see an avatar, and it looks like someone is taking pictures of me. And literally my friend is here taking pictures. And he should leave here, because this is a competition. But now he is going to the other room to also take pictures. After all, it is a competition. But even so, he is bothering the players. And he is taking a lot of pictures. But now I am like this, and I have a much better avatar than before, and I will probably beat the players. And my friend just left from there, and apparently is going there in the back to make his avatar. But now I am arriving here, because I am ready to start the competitions. And the player is also coming here, and my friend is also coming, because he is ready. He said, you are going to lose. But my friend just started the match, and now he appeared right here, and I want to see if he is going to win. He said, 0 score, you can leave. And this is terrible. They are all giving a 0 score, and this is not good. And for some reason, this player gave me a 10 score, but he changed it to 0. And now only my friend is left, who is writing here, and he also gave a 0 score, and my friend failed. And this is terrible. He ended up losing the match, and now he came back here, and he said, give me permission in the house. So I am going to click on his profile, and now I am trying to give permission to him, but I can't. And he can't use these buttons. And apparently, his plan was to use these buttons so that I would win this match. But he is not going to be able to do that. Now he is looking here, and for some reason he is laughing at me, and said, you are going to lose. Look, actually, I am not going to lose. But I want to test with you all the secrets that were released, and I also want to see where the safe of this house is, because this house has a safe, and I am going to show where it is. But guys, now he is going there to present himself to the players. But now, I want to see what score he is going to receive. But they are all writing here, and the player received a 9 score from all the players. Literally, all of them gave a 9 score, and only this player is left here, and he just wrote 9 score, and they are doing really well, and maybe this is bad. But he is looking here, and said, make a cool presentation, and if you do that, you are going to win, and this is going to be great. So I am going to press several buttons here to make a very specific presentation. But now, this player came back there to watch my presentation, and my friend also arrived here, and he is sitting back here to see how the presentation is going to be. And now everyone is lowering this item because another match is going to start. So everyone lowered it. But now I need a hat so that my avatar is complete. So here on the right, I am going to search this word, and I am going to use one of these hats. Perfect. I am using this hat. And now I am going to turn off all the lights so that the house stays without lights. Now the house is like this, and there are simply no lights here. But I can activate only this light, which will make a light appear right here. Or maybe I can press this button. So I am coming back here to press this button, but I will have to get here running. Perfect. I press this button, and now this light appeared here, and I am appearing here on the stage, and I am going to use a very specific animation on the right, and I am using this animation, but I want to see what score I am going to receive, and it looks like they are already writing the scores, and they are all writing a 10 score, and I literally received the maximum score, and this is great, and this player is looking at it, and said, this is not fair. He has VIP, and he is very angry with me, but the player stood up here, and is simply staring at him. He said, he received a 10 score because of the avatar, not because of the animation or presentation. And guys, it was very important to know this. But the player is looking, and now he just left from here, and he is really very angry, so much that he is running away from here. But now, I want to see all the secrets that were released. But I am coming back here because the competition is over. So I will have to turn off this middle light and turn on all the lights of the house. Perfect. The house is like this, and it is really perfect. But my friend is down here, and apparently he is testing an animation, and he is presenting himself down there. But there are no people to see this happening. But I am going to activate this button, and now everything here is completely blue. And I am sure this looks really cool. But I am going to press this button, and apparently I can place the light right here, and my friend can come here to the side to be more highlighted. I can also press these buttons, and if I had done this in my presentation, it would have been the best presentation of all. But my friend wants to climb up here, and he is having difficulty doing that. And he finally managed, and said, you can no longer ban players after the update. And what he said is true. I can no longer click on my friend's character to basically ban him. And this is impossible, but I am going to activate all the lights possible because it is better that the house stays like this. And my friend is simply taking pictures. But now, I am going to test secrets and also test where the safe of this location is because this house really has a safe. And I don't know why, but I can no longer carry my friend, and I can't ban him, and I also can't give him permission to modify my house. But we have these buttons here, and I am going to click on this button, and I am going to activate the tsunami. Perfect, the tsunami is activated, and now water is going to appear on the floor. And that is what was supposed to happen, but I am seeing that nothing much is happening, and literally nothing is happening. So I am going to activate more effects here to see if something happens. And he is still taking pictures. Now this fire appeared, but the fire is very weak, and for some reason it is really very weak, and actually it is under the house, and all the effects are under the house, and I really don't know why this is happening, but I am going to activate all the effects. Perfect, I am activating all the effects, and you can see that there is an alien here, but he is very close to my house, and he is not far enough, and this house is completely bugged, and now my screen is shaking forever, and this is very weird. He said, try getting this house on another plot, maybe it will work better, and what he said is true. So here on the right, I am going to get a random car, like this one, and now he entered here, but he is taking pictures, and he simply won't stop taking pictures. But this camera is very interesting, because I can zoom in like this, very far away, and I can see very distant things that are happening, and I can also make the camera look like this, in a very different way, like it was a movie, and this is really cool. Now I am recording my friend, and the normal camera is like this, but if I get this camera here, my screen can look like this, and this is really cool. Now I am driving my car, and this is very different, so I am setting maximum speed, because I want to see everything that is in this update, but I am arriving here in the other neighborhood to get a house, but it looks like someone already got a house here, and now I am completely bugged, and someone already got a house, and this is bad. But now, I have a unique opportunity to get the player safe, and it looks like he is down here, and he is observing everything that is in his house, but in a totally secret location, and I didn't even know that it was possible to access this place. And there are a lot of weird things here, because it is a totally secret location, but he is observing everything, and he even got a car, and now he has a car in this whole secret place, and he is running here to the front. This update is really very weird, but I am going to get his safe just to make him really angry, so I am entering with this car, and I am going to try somehow to climb up here to see if I can really do this. But suddenly I flipped my car. That is, it is not possible to enter here with the car, and it is almost impossible. So much that he is climbing up here, and now the safe is right at this location. But guys, there is a secret button here inside, and I will have to discover where this button is, because I don't know where it is. And my friend is going to help me do this. He said, I am just recording. I am not going to help, but I am looking here to see if there is any secret button that opens this door, because after this door we have the safe. But my friend arrived right here, and he is climbing there, but it is impossible to pass here, and there is an invisible wall, so we have to discover where the secret button is that simply opens the door. And I am trying to find where the button is, but it is very difficult, and it is really very well hidden. But guys, he is looking here, and he said, what if you can only press the button if you are the owner of the house? And what he said might be true, but we have this button here that unfortunately does not appear from the other side. But here on the right, I am going to get a bed, specifically this one. And now I am going to go through the wall like this, and I am going to press this button. But guys, this really works. That means I have to find where the other secret button is. But there is a button right here, and you can't really see this button, but it is exactly here, and it is really very well hidden. And you can see that it is a secret button, and if I press this button, this door opens, and I can finally enter here. But I am going to open this door so my friend can come here and see everything that is inside. And here we have this safe. So I am going to get the safe from here to make my friend very angry. Perfect! I just got the safe, and he is having fun down there. But now he realized that we got the safe, and he is really very confused. And suddenly he teleported. And this is bad, because he is coming here to see what happened. And at any moment he is going to realize that we are the ones who took the safe. And he just noticed that there is a car here. But now, he is coming up here. And he just arrived right here. But there is money falling from here. And I am the one dropping this money. So I dropped this item so he would not see that there are people here. But he already knows the truth. And he knows that there are people here. And he is trying to figure out how we got inside. But he managed to come here. After all, I opened the door. He said, "What? I can't ban you." And for those who don't know, they removed the option to ban players. And now it is impossible to ban other players, which is bad. But I am going to stay right here because I want to see what happens as soon as this door closes. So I am right here, but nothing much happened. And I am trying to get out of here. Perfect. I managed to get out. But now I want to see if I can climb on the roof of the house. So here on the right, I am going to get this bed and also this ladder. And now I am going to have to climb up here. Perfect. I arrived here in a very secret place. But now I am going to place this bed right here and I am going to try to go through the wall, but it is very difficult and it is almost impossible to go through the wall, especially because there are invisible blocks here. And if I leave from here, I can't get on the roof and it is very hard to climb up this part. So I am going to do it in a different way. And I just got this car. But now I am arriving here at the airport because I am going to have to enter inside and I am going to have to enter the airplane. And now I am going to press this button and I am coming in this direction just to stay on the roof. And this is going to be very interesting. But here on the right, I am going to get a random car and I got exactly this Lamborghini and it worked. The Lamborghini is up here and I can drive it like a normal car. And actually it is a normal car. But the difference is that it was on the roof. But that friend of mine is arriving here to see everything that is happening because he does not know where this car came from. So here on the right, I am going to get a different car, but I couldn't get it. And you can't get cars on top of the roof. You can only get them if you are flying. But that friend of mine disappeared. And I said, "Where is he?" Because he really disappeared from here. But he is looking back here. And apparently my friend is jumping here. And you can see that he is on this trampoline jumping a lot. And I don't know why he is doing that. And suddenly he stopped testing the secrets and is having fun. But I want to see here all the secrets that were released in this update. He said, "Come here, I know a secret." And I even know how he discovered this secret because he went through the wall. But actually he is coming to the front non-stop and he just got this car. But I am going to get inside here because I want to see what he is doing. But he is arriving here running and now he just got out of the car suddenly. But his car stayed right here. But guys, he changed the house again and now I basically have to get inside here. Perfect, I managed, but he couldn't come here. And this is bad. But I placed this bed right here and I am going to try to bring him down. But I went back up here and apparently he changed the house. And now I am arriving here running and he also arrived here. But this finally worked. So I am going to get a random car on the right and I got this Ferrari and he got this weird car, which is literally a skeleton. But now I have access to this totally secret place. And you can do secret car meetings here. But I don't know if it is possible to get out of here. So I am going to place a bed right here to see if I can get out of here. But it is impossible because the wall is very big. And it is really impossible to get out of here unless I find a thinner wall like this one. So I am going to try to get out of here just to see if it works. But it is impossible to get out of here. And I am really trapped here forever. But apparently he is coming back here. And he is arriving right at this part. He said, "You just have to place a bed up here." And what he said is true. And I am going to place a bed right here. And now I placed this ladder and simply climbed up here. And it really worked. So he came back here too. And he is using a new animation that was released in the game. And there are several interesting animations that were released. And he is testing all the animations. And there are really a lot of new animations released. Approximately 24 animations. And he is testing all of them. And there are many animations, but there are some very specific ones that are the best of all. This last VIP animation, I walk like this. And it is a very cool animation. And we also have this one where I can walk like this. And it is like I am using a different walking animation, which looks really cool. And we also have this animation, which looks very weird because I walk like this and the hand gets totally bugged. But I don't know why this happens. And apparently it is a bug in the animation. He said some animations came bugged. And I noticed that. But he is using this animation and now he is coming inside here. And guys, there is something very important that I have to ask him to do. Now he is coming back here. And I said, "Come here and press this button." And he will have to follow me and press these buttons. So he arrived right here. And apparently he is activating the buttons. But I want to see if things appear down here. And there is simply nothing up here. The rooms are totally normal. While down here there is a lot of weird stuff happening. Everything that should be up there is down here. And they forgot to put this in the update, which really does not make sense. He said it is totally bugged. And what he said is true. But now I am leaving here. And I just got this car because I want to see if there were any bugs that were released in the update. But my screen is shaking. And all of this is because of his house. But I am going to grab this new camera on the right. And now I will have to sit here so I can access the city's cameras. But I am going to grab this camera from the inventory. And I am going to use it. And now you can see that my camera looks like this. And I can modify it. And I can also see several other locations in a totally different way. Even though I am not in that location. And I can also see all the houses like this. And this here is really different. But he is looking here. And said, with this camera you can make a horror movie. And what he said is true. And if I activate some effects in the city until it looks like this. And then grab this camera. You can see that this is really scary. And it really does look like a horror movie. So much that he is arriving here. And this is very weird. I can make a horror movie like this. this. He said it would be cool if this camera had night vision. And this is true. But unfortunately, I can't see much. But if it had night vision, it would be really interesting. For those who don't know, I'm coming here to work because I'm a photographer. I basically take a lot of pictures. I'm arriving here at the fashion show to basically take pictures of the people who are participating. So, for that, I'm arriving exactly here. But guys, I don't really know how this works. I'm really very lost. So, I believe I have to leave my car around here. And I also don't know how this house works. I'm really a little lost because I don't know where the photographers stay. But guys, I'm arriving right here. I believe maybe it's right in this room. So, I'm arriving here at the front. But guys, there are simply a lot of people here and all of them are taking pictures. I really don't know what's happening. But guys, I'm simply here near the people who are going to participate in the event. Guys, maybe this is not very good, but my friend is up here, and it seems like he's really very scared because I shouldn't be participating in the event as if I were a model. Actually, I'm just a photographer, and I really shouldn't be here. But guys, he finally turned on the light, which means I can basically go back here. Guys, I accidentally entered the event the wrong way, and maybe that's not very good. He said, you are the third participant. Yes, it's basically me. I'm ready here to win. And guys, the other player also came here. He said, I don't remember you. No, look, it's because I'm new. Guys, I'll have to lie that I'm new because otherwise I'll basically lose my job. Guys, but now one of them went exactly into that room while the other is going into this other room. Guys, I don't know what's happening. I'm really very lost. But guys, my friend just showed up here to explain to me what's happening. He said, you shouldn't have shown up there. Now you're going to have to become a model too. Guys, this is not very good because I don't know absolutely anything about this job. I don't know how to be a model and also how I can be handsome, but I want him to explain to me how the game works because I don't know how this works. He said there are 3 judges. All 3 have to give you a score of 10 and then you win. Okay, that seems pretty easy. Here we have 3 judges and all of them are already here. Really? They are all here, but I want to know how I can lose. He said to lose you just have to get a score below 7 and then you lose. Okay, I understood this. It's really very weird. Guys, I'm going to have to participate in this event as if I were really signed up for the event, but actually I don't even understand right what's happening. But my friend is coming back here and I'm kind of following him because I don't know what I'm supposed to do. He said, go make your avatar. I'm coming to do super important things. Okay, guys, I'm coming here to make an avatar, and really this house has simply perfect rooms. All the rooms here are insanely beautiful, but I want to see what my friend is doing. Apparently, he just opened the fridge to eat food. This is the important thing he said he was going to do. But guys, I'm going to have to make an avatar. Really, this is going to be terrible because I'm going to compete against very good people, and all these judges are going to judge me to see if my avatar is good. So, now I look like this. Really, I look very different. Guys, this is the best I managed to do. I want to see what my friend thinks about this. But guys, he's looking here behind and he said, oh my god, it's horrible. Guys, maybe I'm going to get a score of 7 because it's not that hard to get a score of 7. But guys, if one of the judges gives me a score below 7, I will lose instantly. So, I'm going to make a very important modification. Perfect. Now I look like this. I put on this white hat because maybe I can say that my avatar is a concept and then they will approve me. But guys, now I'm coming here to basically participate in the event. But I don't know if I should show up. I would like to wait for the players to appear here first, but it seems like my friend is coming back here. And guys, this is the place where I should have entered, simply on this stage to take pictures of the people who are participating. But now my friend just got here because this is his job. He basically takes care of the lights. So now he's turning off the lights. And guys, the event is going to start at any moment. So much so that now fire started coming out. It really seems like a very important event. But guys, I want to see who will be the person that will come out of here. But guys, a player just showed up here. Really, he has a very different avatar. Now he's doing several poses so they can decide what score he deserves for the avatar he made. Guys, his avatar is very different. He had a completely red avatar, and now he looks like this. But now the show has stopped, and basically they will have to decide the score he will receive. Guys, he's delivering the score, which in this case is a score of 8. This player is writing here too, and the score he gave is a 9. And now only the last player is left, who is also writing here. He gave a score of 9. So, this player won. He really managed to win this. Now he said goodbye, and basically went back there. Guys, his avatar turned out very good, but my avatar is horrible. I'm almost sure that I'm going to end up losing. But I want to see who will be the next player to present. But apparently he's coming right here, and he's going to start his presentation. Guys, I want to see how he's going to enter. But he's waiting for a friend to adjust the lighting so that the lighting gets better. And now, finally, my friend is adjusting it. He just activated these effects, and basically the theme of the player's presentation is water, because everything here is completely blue, and water bubbles are also rising. But now he just showed up here, and guys, his avatar is really very interesting. And now he started doing poses. I want to see what the judges are going to think about this. Guys, he's doing several poses so that really his presentation will be good. And now, apparently, the presentation stopped, and the judges will have to deliver a score. Guys, I'm sure I'm going to lose, because my avatar is horrible. So, I'm going back here to make a different avatar, because for sure I'm going to end up losing if I compete with this avatar. I just need to change my shirt and also my pants. Perfect. Now I look like this. Really, I look better than before. The avatar is much more beautiful. So now I'm more confident that maybe I'm going to win, or at least I'm going to pass the stage. But guys, I want to see the score he's going to get. The judges are deciding what score this player deserves. Apparently, he's writing here, and he received a score of of 9. A score of 9 is actually quite a lot. It's a very high score for the player. This judge is writing here, and he gave a score of 10. And now only this last judge is left, who is writing here. He gave a score of 8. Guys, he really passed the stage again, but all of them have to give a score of 10 for the person competing to win. So, he still didn't win, and didn't even lose. And now he's going back there, because now it's me who's going to have to go. I'm going to have to participate in the event. But guys, I'm a little afraid of losing. I'm really thinking I'm going to lose. But guys, apparently he's right here looking at my avatar. He said, "Oh, you are actually doing fine. It's even weird that I've never seen you before. Look, it's because I'm new." Guys, he can't find out that basically I'm not from here, and also that I wasn't supposed to be here, because if he finds that out, basically I'm going to be kicked out. I'm waiting for my friend to change the event lights, because he's not changing it. But now, finally, he's turning off the lights so the event can start. And guys, he's going to choose an effect here that will appear as soon as I show up in the middle. But guys, he put fire and made everything completely red. So, I'm getting the best presentation of all. So, I'm arriving exactly here, and guys, I'm a little afraid of ending up losing this. Now I'm using several different animations so I can beat the players. Look, I think this is already good. So much so that now he's turning off the lights, because they're going to have to give me a score. And guys, I want to see what score I'm going to get. Apparently, he's writing here, and I received a score of 9. I want to see this player. He's also writing here. He basically gave a score of 9. And now only the last player is left, who is writing, and simply gave a score of 10. Guys, this is very high. But now I'm simply going back here. Guys, I really passed the stage, and I'm starting to do very well. This is something that wasn't supposed to be happening. Guys, even the player is looking at this. He said, "You are not from here. Tell me where you are from." Guys, this is terrible. Both of them want answers, because I'm doing very well, even though I have never been seen coming to these events here before. But guys, I can't say that I'm the camera guy, because if they find that out, maybe I would be kicked out of the event. I said, I'm from another city. I moved to this city today. I'm making up this excuse so that they believe me, so they don't suspect that basically I'm the camera guy. But it seems that this player understood it. Guys, this is very good, because this player here is really a good person. He understands everything that's happening. He understands that basically I'm just a normal person. But this other player here, he's not believing me. He said, "You are a liar. I'm sure of it." Really? This is terrible. Now he went back to his room. And guys, I'm going to have to make an avatar too, because I can't lose this. But guys, my friend just showed up here. He said, "You did very well, even better than those who are professionals." Look, I know that, but I'm thinking about leaving the event because I don't belong in this place. Really? I don't even know if what I'm doing is right. So, I'm seriously thinking about leaving here. He said, "The prize is $1 million. Are you really going to leave?" Wait, I didn't know that. Guys, I really didn't know that, but this is very interesting. He said, "Now you have to make a themed color avatar, and good luck." Guys, it seems that I'm going to have to choose a color to make a Roblox avatar, but I already know exactly which color I'm going to choose to do this. In this case, I'm going to choose the color completely brown, but the avatar is not complete yet. I'm missing a hat, and maybe I should change my hair. I'm testing several hats, but all of them are looking ugly. I really don't know how to do this properly, but guys, this is the best I managed to do. I put on these completely brown headphones so that my avatar would look more complete, and now I'm ready to start this. I have these really interesting rich glasses. Now I'm going back here because the presentations are about to start. They're really about to start now. So much so that all the lights turned off. But I want to see who will be the first person to show up here. Guys, finally he turned on the light and particles are basically coming out of here. I really want to see who will be the first person of all. And he just showed up here. And guys, his avatar is not very good. Now he started doing several poses to really try to win this. But guys, I'm sure the judges are not very happy because his avatar is very normal. So much so that they are going to write the scores now. Guys, he's writing the score. In this case, he wrote a score of 7. And if he receives below 7, he's going to lose. This player is writing here, and he simply gave a score of 7, and now only the last player is left, who is writing here. He gave a score of 6, so he really just lost. But guys, now he got very scared because he lost $1 million, and he really just fell to the ground. Guys, this is very sad. He just lost everything. Actually, he missed out on winning $1 million. But guys, I'm coming back here, because soon it's going to be my presentation. But guys, he got up here, and he's coming to ask them probably why he lost. He said, "Why did I lose? I made the best avatar possible. Look, you lost because you didn't make a themed color. After all, that was the theme." He said, "It was supposed to be one color only, and you didn't do the theme." Guys, this is really very sad. Now he's sitting exactly back here, and he's just going to watch what's happening. But guys, now it's the next player's turn. He just turned off the light. In this case, it's a friend who's taking care of that. Guys, I even want to see how the player will show up. But actually, I'm taking the opportunity to come back here just to take some pictures. After all, I work here. So guys, I'm ready to take some pictures. I want to see how my friend handles this. But guys, now he's simply looking here. He even said hi. Guys, he's turning on the lights. He really activated several effects, and now these bubbles started rising. Guys, this is very interesting. But now the player is showing up exactly here. I'm recording all of this, and now he's doing several poses. But guys, now I think it's better for me to get out of here before they realize I'm up here. So, I'm basically going down here. And guys, I'm really ready to beat the player. But now, basically, the presentation ended. And guys, he made his avatar avatar themed in the color pink. You can see that his shirt color is pink and also his glasses are pink. And guys, I want to see the score he's going to get because there are 3 judges exactly here and all of them will have to deliver a score. In this case, this first player is writing here. He gave a score of 9. This other one also gave a score of 9. And now only the last judge is left. He simply gave a score of 10, meaning he did very well. And now, basically, he went back there. And guys, it's my turn to compete. I really don't know if I'm going to beat the player, but he's looking here. He said, "You're going to lose." I'm sure of it. Look, I'm not so sure that I'm going to lose because my avatar is quite interesting. But guys, I'm coming back here. I'm going to enter exactly into this room because there are no more people using this room here. I'm going to change my hair. Maybe this hair is very interesting, or maybe even this other hair. I don't know which one I should use, but I'm using exactly this one just to match the avatar. And now I'm arriving here. I'm really ready to start this. But guys, I'm going to decide myself the lights I want to use. I'm going to turn off this light. Now there are no more lights here on the stage. But here we have these menus and there are secret buttons here that my friend doesn't have access to. So I'm going to decide myself how my presentation is going to be. I'm activating several very interesting buttons. I'm going to leave the stage totally red. And now I'm really ready to start this. So guys, I'm arriving exactly here, and now I'm doing my presentation. I'm showing how my avatar looks because I really want to win this. But now my friend is turning off the effects because the presentation is over, and now everything went back to normal. Guys, my avatar is really good. I'm really ready to win this. Guys, the player is writing the score, and I simply received a score of 10. This player is also writing here. I received a score of 10, and only this last player is left. If he doesn't give me a score of 10, I'm basically going to lose. But now he's writing here too. I received a score of 10. Guys, this is really very good. I literally just won this. But guys, now he stood up. Actually, everyone stood up and they are basically taking pictures, except for the player in the middle. Actually, he's coming here with a contract, which he just handed to me. He said, "This house is worth $1 million and now it's yours." Guys, I just received this whole house for myself, which really is a very good house. But I'm signing the contract here because I really want to win this house. But guys, they are taking several pictures of me here. And now I finally signed it, meaning this house is totally mine. He said, "Enjoy your new house." Guys, this is very good. Even this player came here behind and he's really happy. But someone arrived back here who apparently is not very happy. He said he is a photographer from the event and wasn't even supposed to be participating. Guys, he just found out the truth. This is really terrible. Guys, he's looking at me. He said, "Is this true?" Look, I don't know how I'm going to say this, but really this is true. But guys, now he's laughing at me because he thinks I lost. And even I'm starting to think I lost because I just admitted that basically I was a photographer and entered the event by accident. But for some reason he was happy. He said, "Congratulations, there is no reason to disqualify you because you won." Guys, this is very good. So much so that my friend just came down here and apparently he's happy. And now this player is leaving my house because this really is my new house. And now he's having to leave here. But guys, he's really very angry. He's not very happy that I won this because he wanted to win the house. After all, everyone here in the neighborhood has the same house. But I just got a house that has several rooms. It simply has a gym. It also has giant bathrooms. It has everything a house needs. Literally, this mansion is perfect. In Brookhaven, I can grab several items here on the right. But today, I want to test with you what happens if I pick the scariest items and try to scare the players in the city. And I want to see their reaction, and also what's going to happen as soon as I use the scariest items. So for that, I called my friend who's going to help me do this. He said, "Where's the face?" Look, I'm still going to use it, especially because I want to test a bunch of them. So first, I have to find a house where I'm going to scare the player, but I didn't understand why there's a zombie here. So I'm heading over to see why there's a zombie right there. But I'm getting closer, and I'm a little scared because he's stuck here. But I'm going to talk to him because if he's stuck, it's fine. I said, "Hey, do you want to get out?" And if he does, I can help him get out of here. But guys, my friend just arrived here, and he said he doesn't talk. He's a zombie. And that's true. I had forgotten that. But he really is a zombie who doesn't say anything. So I'm sure I shouldn't let him out. But it looks like there's a player up there who's on the phone, and he's really angry. So I'm going to leave this zombie because he doesn't say anything. And now, I'm going to have to scare that other player using scary items. He said, "Which item are you going to use? And is it just one?" No, actually I'm going to use several items because I want to see which item scares the most. And I'm going to test at least 10 items to see which one is the scariest. So first, I'm going to have to go up here very carefully. And for that, I'm going to have to grab this bed on the right and also this exact ladder. And now, I'm going to have to go up here in a really tricky way. But now, I finally managed to get up here. But in this spot, I can walk through the wall because it doesn't have proper physics. But guys, I'm going to try to carry my friend. And he jumped right here. And now I'm finally carrying him. And we're going to have to go up here. But I can't go up here because the player is right here on the phone, which means he'll notice if I go up. So I'm going to climb up the back of his house so he doesn't notice. So guys, I'm coming right here. I'm sure this is going to work, but I'll have to try it again. Perfect! I did it! And now it's just my friend, especially because I believe he doesn't need help anymore, since he went back over there. So I'm coming here to see his reaction as soon as I use the scary item, but it looks like he's still on the phone, and he's really angry. So I'm going to take the chance and go back here to use the scary items. First, I'm going to remove my items on the right, and I'm going to have to use exactly this outfit, and I'm going to make my character white. Now I'm going to search this word, and I'm going to use this item. And now, I'm going to use this ID, and now I look like this. He said, it's just missing the hair, because bald people aren't aren't scary. And what my friend said is true. Bald monsters aren't scary. So I'm going to have to use some hair here on the right, and I'm going to pick a totally random hairstyle, and I think this one works. So now I'm going to have to go back here because I want to see the player's reaction. And he's right here, messing with his phone, and now he noticed that I'm here. And he said, "Who are you? Get out of here now." Look, unfortunately I can't leave. But he closed the curtain, and he forgot about the route, so I'm going to have to go up here in a really tricky way. Perfect, I'm trying again, but it's really hard, and it's almost impossible for me to get up here. So I'm going to try again, and I finally did it. But guys, my friend is still down here, and now he's finally coming out. And now he's coming up front, but the player just realized my friend is here, and my friend was simply banned because he thought it was my friend who did it, but actually it wasn't. He said, "I knew it was a dummy doing this," and he really thought it was my friend, so much that now he's back to normal. But he's coming back here to watch TV. But what he doesn't know is that I'm on the roof of his house, and I'm literally right up here, and I'm going to show up right here so he gets scared. And as soon as he looks up here, he's going to realize that I'm here, and I'm sure his view is going to look really weird. He said, "How are you up there? I just banned you." Look, actually no, he just banned the imposter, and he didn't ban me, and his view must be really weird. He said, "Leave, I'll pay you $1 million to leave me alone." So I'm going to accept that money, especially because I really need it. Now I'm coming down here, and I went into his house. He said, "Where are you?" And actually I'm behind him, and he noticed that, and now he's going to have to give me that money. But guys, he just banned me, and he literally banned me after lying to me, and I'm not going to let that slide. And even my friend came back here, and he said, "Hey, we have to get revenge on him, but with an even scarier avatar." And what he said is true. I have to make an even scarier avatar, so that player learns his lesson. And actually, I'm thinking of freeing the zombie, so he comes out of the house and destroys this Roblox house. And maybe if I do that, it's actually going to be really smart. So I'm going to have to get a car, and I grabbed the same one as before, because this is one of the best cars of all, since it's a race car. And now, I'm arriving here in front, and I'm basically going to free that zombie, because I don't think he's an evil person, he's just someone who wasn't understood. And now he's been abandoned here. But I'm going to break this fence, I'm breaking it right here, so he can get out. And now it worked, and he's finally going to be able to get out of here. But he's coming to this house, and actually he's coming after me. And that's terrible, he's a zombie. And now he won't stop chasing me. But guys, I'm throwing these eggs so he stops coming here. But he won't stop. So I'm coming up front, and my friend is going to have to save me from this. And finally my friend arrived here, and I'm going to have to get in his car. And now he's going to have to drive away fast, because what just happened was really weird. But now, there are other houses here, including this house, where the player is showing this American flag, and his entire house is themed around the United States. And it really looks beautiful. But my friend brought me right here, and I want to talk to this player to see what he thinks of my avatar. But he went back inside and locked his house, and he's watching what's going on, and he's scared of my avatar. And I don't know why he's scared of this, since I'm a normal person. And he's looking at it, and he turned off the light, and he's really very scared. He said, "Get out of here, evil monster." Look, unfortunately I'm not going to leave. But guys, now he's coming upstairs, afraid of what's happening. So I'm going to make an even scarier avatar, so he gets even more scared of me, because for now he's only a little scared. So my friend is going to have to take me up front, and now he's coming here. But apparently this zombie is coming here too, and maybe this could be a problem, because he came down here and is waiting for the player to come down. But it looks like he's coming down here, and that's bad. He just realized there's a zombie here, and now he ran away, and the zombie is going to keep waiting for him down here forever in Brookhaven. And this player is really scared, but he's taking me up front, and I don't know where he's going. But he brought me right back here, probably to make an avatar. So now, I'm going to return my avatar to normal, and I'm going to use this ID on the right. I'll remove my items, and I'll choose a suit like this one. And now I really look very weird, and it looks like I'm a ghost. But I'm coming to my friend's car, because he's going to have to take me back to the neighborhood, because I want to scare more players. But now, he jumped right here, and I got up here. But I don't know if that was on purpose, or if he really meant to do that. He said, "Obviously I meant to do that." Look, I'm almost sure he's lying. He really did that by accident. But there are two players right here, and he said, "I'm a businessman." And apparently the two of them are a couple. But guys, now he went right over there and started cooking, because they're on a date. But what they don't know is that I'm going to show up at their window, because I have a really good spot where I can access their entire house. And I can really access their whole house, and all the windows. Especially this one, because it's the one they sleep in. But now, he's probably getting the food for both of them, right here. And their life is going really well for now. But as soon as it gets dark, I'm going to scare them, because I'm going to appear at their window when they go to sleep. But I never saw the player again in Roblox, and actually it looks like he's here at the window, watching what's happening. And he really is seeing it. But I'm watching him, and I'm going to throw this egg here just to make him really mad. Perfect! I threw it right here, and I'm trying to hit him, but it's really hard, because all the eggs are landing on the roof. And now I'm sure I'm going to hit him. But all the eggs fell here, and my mission really didn't work. But now it's getting dark, and apparently the zombie is still in this part. And every time the player comes down here, he ends up going back upstairs, scared of what's happening. But now that it's night, that couple is probably going to sleep. He said, "Let's go to sleep, I'm sleepy." And now, he's going to close the fridge like this. And meanwhile, she's coming here to sleep. But I have to see here which room they're going to, because we have this room, which is pretty interesting. But it's going to be hard for me to get here. And we have this other room. And this room is going to be really easy to get to simply scare them. But guys, apparently he got here, and she came here with him too, and they're trying to sleep. But the thing they least expect is that I'm going to show up in their house. So I'm coming right here. But first, I have to wait a bit so they fall asleep in Roblox. And it looks like he's almost asleep, and now he finally fell asleep. But she's still awake, so I'm going to appear right here holding an axe, and I'm sure that's going to scare the player because it's completely nighttime. But she got up there, and she's really scared of what's happening. She said, "Get up, someone's at the window." So I'm going to leave the window, and now it looks like he got up here to see what's going on. And now I'm going to have to get out of here as fast as possible. Now I'm going to climb up here like this, and I'm totally hidden, and it's impossible for them to see me. But he just came right here to check if someone is here. But actually there's no one there because I'm up here. But he doesn't know that. So I'm going to hide back here to avoid being seen. And he's looking over here, and he said, maybe it's just an illusion because people don't break into other people's houses because that's a crime. Look, even though it's a crime, that doesn't stop people from coming into others' houses in Brookhaven. But now he's going back to sleep. And he said, just to be safe, I'm going to close the windows. And that's a problem because he's going to close the windows in a way that they won't be able to see me anymore. Now he's looking here, and he completely closed this window with these wooden boards, and now he went back to sleep. But they're happy, and now he already fell asleep. And unfortunately I can't show up back there anymore because the window is closed. But nothing stops me from showing up here, which is the only place I can appear. So I'm coming back here, and it looks like my friend is still waiting for me to come back. He said, scare all of them until they leave the game. And I'm going to do exactly that. But there's a problem. It's starting to get bright, so I have to do this quickly because soon it will be morning, and that's going to be a problem. So I just showed up at the door to see her reaction because she's still awake. But she got up here, and she got really scared and just left the game. So her house disappeared because she had a house here, and now it's gone. And he got up right here, but he doesn't know where his girlfriend went in Roblox. So I have to leave here quickly before he realizes that I'm the one who made his girlfriend leave the game. But my friend just got here, and it looks like he's going to say something. He said, get the same house she had before, and you'll be able to use powers in the house. And what he said is true. So I'm going to get the same house she had, which was exactly this one. And now that I got this house, I can open the garage, close the curtains, and also turn off all the lights because I'm the owner of the house. Now I'm going to hide right here, and it looks like she just came back into the game again, and she's back. But I urgently need my friend's help. I said, put a big vehicle in front of my name because my name is showing right here, and my friend is going to have to help me hide it. So he got this bus and is placing it exactly here. And he left the bus in this spot, and now he just got out and placed these wooden barricades to hide my name. And now it's impossible to see my name because it's really well hidden, and he's covering the whole vehicle with wood. And now I'll finally be able to hide without any problems because she's not going to realize this house is mine. But my friend got back in the car and came back here because he has to hide. But she came right here and is looking at the house. She said, what? My house wasn't deleted. Look, it simply wasn't. But her boyfriend just arrived here, and he's really happy she's back. But what they don't know is that I can press this button and add a bunch of effects to the house. But first I'm going to hide back here because they might come inside at any moment. So they came right here to watch TV. So I'm going to turn on the TV so they don't suspect that this house isn't hers. She said, the house is glitched. Weird, right? But now I'm going to turn off the lights, and I'm sure they're going to get scared by that. They're just staring at each other here. He said, didn't you pay the electricity bill this month? Dude, but in Brookhaven you don't even have to pay bills. But I'm going to turn the lights back on like this, and they're simply not understanding what's happening, and they also don't know someone is here. But guys, I'm going to lock this house, and now they can't get out of here. So I'm going to activate all the house effects to really scare them. Perfect! I just activated all of them, and the house is really weird now. There's even an alien up here, and they're really scared. He's super scared, and meanwhile she's trying to get out of here, but she can't. And it looks like now he just left the game. So I'm going to disable all the effects and pretend nothing happened. Perfect! All the effects just disappeared from here, and now I open the door so she can leave. But what she doesn't know is that I'm going to appear behind her. Perfect! I just showed up here, man, and she's looking at this, and now she ran away, scared of what's going on. But her boyfriend just came back here, and he's back. But she's running past here in front, scared of me, and now he's going after her. And they really got super scared. But now I'm leaving this house, and I want to check out this other Roblox house that I haven't visited until now. But the player just showed up here. He said, only people wearing blue can enter my house. But now he just saw my avatar and went back inside, scared of what's happening. And I don't understand why players are scared of this avatar of mine, since it's just a normal avatar, and there's nothing strange about it. But my friend left from here, and now he came back around. He said, I forgot it was you, and I got scared. I don't know why they're so afraid of this avatar. But now, I'm going to use this Roblox avatar that's completely paid, and I want to see his reaction. But he's watching it, and I'm sure he's really scared. And he's standing still here, which is really weird, and I don't know what happened, but he just won't move. And suddenly he left the game, and that was really strange. And that other player is seeing this too, and now he left the game. Look, that was really weird, because they're super scared of this avatar. And guys, if you want to add me on Roblox, just click the Become a Member button. I'll add you on Roblox.